A victory in court for 3 men convicted in a terrorism sting more than a decade ago.
Police arrested the men last night as they were allegedly planting what they thought were real bombs outside a Jewish temple.
A federal judge ordering the release of Anta Williams, David Williams, and Laguerre Payne, 3 of the men known as the Newburgh Four, arrested for a plot to blow up synagogues in New York City and shoot down National Guard planes in upstate New York.
The suspects allegedly conducted surveillance and took photos of possible targets.
In a scathing decision, U.S. District Judge Colleen McMahon accusing FBI agents of trying to arrest petty criminals by radicalizing the men to participate in a plot she called an FBI-orchestrated conspiracy. McMahon adding, quote, "The real lead conspirator was the United States."
That sounds like strong language, but it's just a pure description of the facts of this case.
The judge also accusing the FBI of using a, quote, villain of an informant to prey on the poor, then manipulate the men to commit a fake crime in exchange for cash, materials, and even groceries.
The defense is certain to raise questions about the informant and whether these men were duped.
Every step of the way.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, and double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to all you brothers out there preaching and pushing in truth and sincerity. Shalom, Barakathum. And this is the case regarding the Newburgh Four. If brothers have never heard of it, it was 4 brothers about 2010, I want to say, got arrested for a plot against, our overlords, which they mentioned earlier, the small hats and various military planes and things that we were accused of. And we see the devil for what it really is. I'll let the rest of this video play, but this is the accuser, all right, getting ready to come down, all right? And this was 10 years ago. This guy has not turned over a new leaf since then. If anything, he's gotten much, much, much better at the thing that he did. All right. All those years ago. Sorry, this is 13 years ago almost now. Shit. But let's have the rest of this video play. We'll get a few precepts.
Way was all the FBI. These guys they had no driver's licenses. They couldn't find Google Maps of where these targets are that the FBI informant told them to use. I mean, they came up with not one single part of the spot. It was all the FBI.
That FBI informant, Shahid Hussein, who made headlines again when a stretch limo operated by his company crashed in rural New York, killing 20 people.
Manslaughter in the second degree.
Hussein now serving a 5 to 15-year prison sentence for that crash. We have not heard back from his lawyers.
See, so they got Ishmael too, man. You see why they call this guy the hammer of the earth, and he's putting up Jakes, and who knows how many Jakes are in prison, all because of the thing that these people plotted and did, man. And we know this goes all the way back to the civil rights days, the days of Fred Hampton and Malcolm X and all these different revolutionaries, so to speak. The FBI was manipulating all of these niggas, man. Okay, they were in there the entire time. There's no movement that Esau lets you just have, and he wasn't in there controlling and moving things around to his will. Why do you think every leader turned out to be either a coon, a puppet, or just the outright sellout for hire, man? All right, look at the leader, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. No, these are the people. Why did they get on? Why were they able to get into the camera and talk shit about white supremacy? Because they had the white supremacy approved talking points, man. All right. In the political world, Esau will call this controlled opposition. So you put somebody over your op, all right, but you're really in control of the leader of that opposition, and so you basically never have really any enemies, man. That's what these so-called black leaders are, and that's why the FBI is so good at doing, and why they're so willing to do it. They've been doing it since their inception, man. All right, I'm gonna get a precept that's been going for a minute. This is Revelation 12 and 10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, and the power of Hamashiach is up, and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. All right. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. See, this is not, it's not just going to be an accusation. That's why it says you overcome. When they accuse, it's going to come with handcuffs and camps, certain camps. You're going to be locked in, man. All right. But the only ones that are actually going to overcome are the ones that believe in Yahushua, man. All right. And this is why Yahushua did what he did, man. For all of this is for the elect can dodge these dodgy situations, man. All right. Not for 2/3 niggas. All right. And by the word of their testimony, they love not their lives unto the death. All right. And most of these people, they love way more than their life. They love the internet. They love Twitter. They love Uber Eats. All right. They love Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right. Y'all love mirth, man. All the goddamn time here in America is NFL season, it's basketball, then it's boxing, and there's just no end to it, man. All right. Y'all don't hate it here. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to get y'all fucked up. You love the prison that the Most High put you in. And the only reason you love it is because the Lord blinded you. All right. And he blocked wisdom from you, man. All right. So you can't see it. But we do. All right.
The FBI says this man, James Cromedy, was the alleged ringleader.
In the Newburgh case, the federal judge who granted the release also accusing Hussein of recruiting James Cromedy, who was believed to be the ringleader of the terror plot.
We think that both Mr. Cromedy and the others, number one, never should have been arrested, never should have been convicted by a jury. And we had certainly hoped that on appeal, many, many years ago, their convictions would have been reversed.
He was not.
But now it is. And why is that? Because the Lord is making this place bare, man. The Lord is completely exposing Esau, man. All right. Jeremiah 49. And 9, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they had enough. But I have made Esau bare. All right. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. That means every ounce of wickedness that you covered up, man. Every conspiracy theory that you call a conspiracy theory is going to be discovered. Every idle word you've been talking shit, all of the historical records, all of the whitewashing and iconoclasm you've done. Eventually, see what's going to happen. People are already questioning it, man. People are already questioning you. All right. But it's going to come a day. They're just going to flat out not believe you because you've done so much lying. They see it's a pathology in you. You can't not do it. All right. You're like the Joker and Batman. He's just programmed to be chaos. He doesn't know how to not, be wicked, And Batman can't help but to fight him and not kill him, And that's kind of how our battle has been dealing with this devil, man. It says his seed is spoiled and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive. All right. And let thy widows trust in me, man. You know what that means? That means a lot of you Edomites going to get taken into captivity. We're not even just going to straight up exterminate every Edomite, man. Not right away. Y'all got shit to pay back, man. You got a hell of a tab. Okay.
Included in this compassionate release request, but the attorney who represents him says he's confident Cromedy would be entitled to the same relief.
Late justice is better than no justice.
As for the Williamses and Payne, their 25-year sentence is pulled back to 90 days, giving lawyers and officials time to prepare for their release, according to the judge. Their attorney hoping for more compassionate releases in the future.
I think that
Wow, man. So we know the FBI set them up and they let them niggas, they didn't put this in there, but they were offering these guys $250,000, man. $250,000 to go out and do what they were doing. They plotted it as this is going to be a sting operation, but really they were the ones being stung, man. The FBI set these niggas up and then watched them get 25 and then they watched them get 25 years for something they set them up for doing, man. All right, and you notice how it was a small hat facility that was involved. All right, so just remember how all of the different events that they tried to lay on us. All right, they call us BHI or BIE Black Identity Extremists, Salakia. All right. Whatever term they come up with, man, these different so-called hate organizations. But these people are the most hateful people in the world. How could you do that unless you just hate somebody, man? You spent all of that money in FBI resources to watch a nigga get locked up for 25 years, man. Come on. But they're getting ready to do this more and more. And now the technology is out of control, brothers. Now they have AI and deep fakes and man, there's no shortage of stupidity and what people will believe on the internet. Before you know it, you're up there trying to defend yourself over some egregious shit. You know? But let me get this real quick. Matthew 10:16, all right, it says, behold, I shall send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. This is why we are circumspect when we go out. When we go out and see niggas, we gotta get the other way, man. Okay? All right? Because they're building up a case against us. They need us to look guilty in the eyes of the population, even though we're innocent. All right, even though we're justified in all the things that we're doing, you see, and that's what he does right now over war. They got something called manufacturing consent. They do that with war. How do they do that? They go over there to overseas. They paint this picture in the media over an evil dictator. He's killing his own people and he's doing this and that. Oh, we got to do something. The people there need democracy, and before you know it, 40% of America is like, yeah, we should. And then there it is. Manufactured consent. He made it all up to get the population bought. And he's going to do the same thing when he wages war against the Israelites, man. The scriptures say this guy has wore out the saints. All right. So this is coming. There is no trying to hide on the fence. Oh, we're all American and we all bleed red. And he ain't hearing none of that. When that chair debacle in Montgomery, which I'll cover later, Lord's willing, he's starting to see that ancestral rage come up, that perpetual hatred that he's had for us. He's starting to see it being reciprocated. It's never gone away, man. All right. And the more and more tension builds up, the more and more he's going to bring us up and make us look bad, man. And he's going to try to go to what he perceives as the most extreme among us. And that's these Hebrew Israelites, man. Who we would consider ourselves in the category of a Hebrew Israelite, but really we're just Israelites and we're just doing our job, man. You know? But he's gonna do a great job of painting a picture, and then that's when all of your family's gonna fold, man. They're gonna fold like tacos. They're gonna be snitching. People you thought you knew you were cool with gonna be telling, man. All right? They're gonna bring up some unsavory photos that may or may not be real and be like, hey, was this happening? And you're going to get some nigga up there you used to know 15 years ago saying, yeah. You see? All right. But Yahushua knew this and he gave us counsel for it, man. Verse 17, Matthew 10:17, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils. We're just talking about that. All right. and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And funny they mentioned that, because they mentioned these people, the Nuremberg 4 here, they were accused of attacking what? All right. You see? And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. All right. And the Gentiles, okay? So they're gonna question us, like you see Mark Zuckerberg and these different tech companies or whoever did some fuck shit on these congressional hearings. And you got a senator or a representative up there grilling somebody. That's what they want, man. All right. The main point. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. All right. So the Lord already knows this is going to happen. This is why we rest in Yahushua, man. All right. That's who we lean on. That's our only way out. And ultimately, we're not worried about it, man. We already know y'all going to make up bullshit, man, and try to get Jake fucked up out here. But it's not going to work. It's already written that the elect will get the victory. We just read that in Revelation 12. The ones that overcame the accusations, man. All right. Luke 21. And 12, essentially the same thing, right? But it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, all right? And it shall turn to you for a testimony. All right? So they're going to force us to speak on the matter, man. All right? Or they're going to try to, at least. It says, settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth of wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. All right. And Yahushua had a perfect example of that, man. When he was on that cross, they were talking so much shit, accusing him. They was probably accusing him of all kind of wicked stuff, man. And he just shrugged it off. Thou sayest. All right. That's how the Lord is going to have us handle this thing, man. All right. He's not going to leave us, man. And the final proof of that I'll get here in Exodus 4. The Lord did this multiple times, man. All right. This is Exodus 4 and 12. Before we had to go deal with Pharaoh. All right. Moses had to deal with Pharaoh and speak over the children of Israel. All right. To issue certain decrees, to keep things in order and whatnot, you know. It says, Exodus 4 and 12, now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say, man. So we can't get nervous about what they getting ready to do, man. We already know it's coming. Pray, build up your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's the first and foremost thing you got to get going, man. All right. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. All right. So Moses said, Lord, send somebody else to do it, man. Please. Because Moses was not a great orator or a great speaker. And we may feel that way. We may feel like we're not great at articulating ourselves or defending ourselves in arguments in a court case and getting around all Esau's legal terms and, you know, his means of entrapping you with certain phrases and things like that. All right. But the Lord got us. And it says, verse 14, it says, the anger of the Lord Jehovah was kindled against Moses, man. All right. He says, and he said, is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? All right. So he said, you got a brother. All right. That's good at speaking. I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he come forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him and put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and he will teach you what ye shall do. So Moses had an issue with speaking verbally, right? Not in the what he knew in his wisdom, but how he would speak verbally. So he was saying, look, Aaron is going to do the verbal speaking for you. I'm going to speak to you. So the Lord is put words, and basically Moses and Aaron's mouth, man, to get it out there. So that shows you the Lord, when he wants something to get out, he can just put it in whatever man he wants to, man. And if he wants us to be on trial when it's already written that it would be, all right, if you're of that number of the elect, only the Most High is going to get glorified out of that, man. We're going to be found exempt at the end of the day. All right. There's nothing this devil can do, and no amount of stories and fake bullshit he can concoct that's going to be able to slander us. All right. To the point to where the people can't see it, man. No, it's going to be known, man. All right. That's why it says here in Luke 21 and 15, it says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." Okay. Actually, I'll keep going in verse 16. It says, "And ye shall be betrayed by both parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. All right. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish," man. All right. "In your patience possess ye your souls." And that's the main point, man. We just got to be patient. This thing is almost over with, brother. So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rachak Wadash Wa Abba Babal and Shalom.